The world is full of traps in almost every corner, ready to undermine male power. Just look at the popular films or series on the Netflix platform that are being widely disseminated. Just like the figures that are idolized today, there is no aspect that escapes the mental influence exerted by the ruling classes. There's a well-known story about a lion that deserves your attention. Not so long ago, a ferocious lion lived in Katia, where everyone feared him. One day, this lion fell in love with the farmer's daughter, but a complication arose. The farmer had a deep contempt for the lion and, upon learning of the lion's feelings for his daughter, he tried to prevent this union. Farmer questioned the lion and made his consent to marry his daughter conditional on the removal of his sharp claws for her safety. The lion reflected, considering it a small sacrifice for a great reward. Why not give in? Daughter, however, the cunning farmer instructed the lion to make one more gesture, the removal of the sharp teeth and fangs. The lion complied with this condition, also breaking his sharp fangs. However, on returning to the farmer the next day, the farmer attacked and slaughtered the lion. On this occasion, the lion had no sharp claws in the business to defend himself. All that would give the lion strength, he chose to voluntarily give up one by one. Remember, comrades, the context. In essence, powerful forces work meticulously to establish a matrix that keeps mankind subject to their desires and impulses. And this is the unquestionable truth. You can blame the farmer or the elites as much as you like, but in the end it was the lion who freely chose to obey the virtue of strength that should guide all men, whether professionally, financially, or romantically. Naturally, every man wants to feel dominant, robust, and powerful, because that is his essence. They yearn for the energetic impetus, but many of us defraud this aspiration by indulging in behavior that obstructs the manifestation of the intrinsic strength we were destined for. Let's analyze 7 crucial points. One mocks the next. This topic often, music. For others, you can use the analogy of the bucket of crabs. When a crab is about to escape from the bucket, the others pull it back. If you find yourself prone to ridicule others, remember this principle: you lower yourself to an inferior position. Of course, correcting the mistakes of others is not excluded, but this task should not be the object of mockery. As a man, the task consists of guiding and instructing your fellow men with selflessness and altruism. Resilient and confident men never seek to diminish their peers. Instead, they defer to Mike Tyson's words: social media platforms gave him too much freedom to disrespect the true without the need to face a blow to the face. As a consequence, refusal of responsibility. Returning to the saga of the lion and the farmer's daughter, the primary reason why the lion lost everything in the outcome lies in his observance of responsibility. The lion's obligation was to live as a lion. Sharp claws and fangs were an integral part of his leonine essence, but he neglected this duty by choosing to renege on it. Such a parallel can be drawn in his own trajectory. Embracing your obligations with pride is imperative, so I express to you the following appeal. I will proudly assume my responsibilities, for they are the foundation of my manhood. The date on which you choose to encroach on your obligations marks the moment when you completely renounce masculinity. Etch this phrase in your mind: the tribute to greatness is responsibility. 3 dodges failure. This is a challenge that many men face today. The majority opt for comfort rather than growth. Remember that growth is often accompanied by failure, often disguised in failure. We have the illustrative narrative of the man in search of sparkling wine who ignores the depth of the diamond but persists in digging, initially seeing only dirt in each hole, but perseveres. After hours or even days, finally finds the desired treasure. Therefore, don't get bogged down by failure, seeing it as an absolute end. By adopting such a mentality, you irreparably compromise yourself in any endeavors of real value. Reflect on desirable achievements. Let's say you're embarking on a business venture. In the initial stages, you may face countless successes as you seek to learn and win over your clientele, but as you persist in your efforts without shying away from challenges, when you initially approach women, you may appear hesitant and awkward. substrate for success. This is the price that a man of stature must be willing to pay for achievement. Our upbringing often leads us to feel ashamed of our mistakes and failures, encouraging us to justify them by blaming someone else. You've probably already said it's not my fault or that person is responsible. These are thoughts worthy of a loser. I anchor this aversion in you, a man who is weak in __. His struggles the strength of others for submission to regulations. With exaggerated ease we ask what the distinction is between a coward and a man of great worth. The answer is simple: the coward will always align himself with the majority even when the narrative proffered proves to be unequivocally erroneous. Even worse, the coward craves the man of high worth's futile and harmful laws and regulations. The man of high worth subjects everything to empowered scrutiny before making any decision. These days we are indoctrinated to believe that we should not judge or that we should not act in a certain way. This borders on the extreme, so the scenario is that you become a puppet and a lab rat, subservient to all imposed agendas and regulations. There is nothing wrong with complying as long as it is compatible with your purpose, your mission, and primarily divine law. Question whether you are easily intimidated and strive to please everyone. Strive to please everyone. For many men, saying no can be an arduous challenge, but by acting in accordance with the truth, you will understand that the world will not collapse around you. Many men lead lives characterized by fear in the marital sphere, acting as if their wives had autocratic dominance and avoiding any correction or confrontation. Nonverbal language plays a major role and includes elements such as a firm handshake, eye contact, the way you sit, walk and move during conversations and interactions. Bear in mind that your body language is the primary and most accessible means of preventing someone from taking advantage of you. 6 wastes. We have always stressed the importance of your younger years in this space. The age group between 20 and 30 is known to some extent as the golden days. In this period it is imperative to build and build. Analogously to sowing a seed, a pain does not wait for the harvest immediately on the day. Next, in your 20s, like a farmer sowing seeds, you must plant the spiritual, emotional, and physical seeds that leverage your growth. However, the crucial step is not to wait for immediate results. Keep sowing. Before you know it, you will have created groves and gardens that attract the right forms of existence. During this phase, the energy and opportunities to take significant risks are more abundant. Take advantage of this. It is possible that in your youth you will be tempted to think that you are missing out by not getting involved with various people, but by investing in yourself you will resist the urge. Learning to say no can be a considerable challenge, but by acting in accordance with the truth you will realize that the world will not fall apart around you. Laziness represents man's main adversary in contemporary times. Although it may nurture various conceptions about business or life, they are often not realized in action. Laziness infiltrates surreptitiously, devouring and inhibiting productive progress in your life. Always remember, dear brothers and sisters, that laziness only thrives in the presence of fragile men. An outstanding man quickly recognizes and confronts this insidious enemy. Be vigilant about laziness and fight it promptly. So remember, brothers and sisters, fragility is the virtue exalted in modern society. It is this fragility that you crave to enjoy. However, fortitude is your greatest virtue. Pursue strength in all circumstances and keep in mind that God is your greatest fortitude. Be sure to express your support, subscribe and like so that the algorithm understands the quality of this video, and I recommend it to a wider audience. Continue watching the videos that appear on the screen. Until soon, music.